Have you ever heard of mortals, ordinary men, who looked upon the throne of God himself? Nah, it sounds impossible. Because didn't Jesus say in John 1:18, "No one has ever seen God"? Didn't the Lord tell Moses in Exodus 33:20, "You cannot see my face, for man shall not see me and live"? So, how could this happen? How could mortal eyes behold what even angels tremble before? Let me take you into the mystery. In Isaiah chapter 6, the prophet suddenly finds himself standing in the heavenly temple. He writes, "I saw the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple." Imagine that, the very hem of God's robe flooding the whole temple. Around him, seraphim cried out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory." Isaiah was undone. He said, "Woe is me! I am lost, for I am a man of unclean lips." Bro, Isaiah didn't just see light. He saw the King of Glory enthroned. But notice, he didn't describe the Father's face. He described the scene, the throne, the glory. Almost like his eyes could only handle the reflection, not the fullness. Then we have Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 1 is one of the wildest visions in the Bible. He sees a stormy wind, flashing fire, living creatures with wheels covered in eyes, and above it all, a throne of sapphire, and seated above the likeness of a throne was a likeness with a human appearance, and there was brightness all around him. He says it was like the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. Notice the words, bro. Appearance, likeness, glory. Ezekiel doesn't claim he saw God's essence, only the manifestation of his glory. It's like looking at lightning. You see the flash, but not the power behind it. Daniel 7 gives us another glimpse. "As I looked, thrones were placed, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool. His throne was fiery flames, its wheels were burning fire. The Ancient of Days, seated, radiant, surrounded by myriads of angels. But then something even deeper happens. One like a son of man came with the clouds of heaven and was given dominion, glory, and a kingdom." Bro, Daniel sees the Father and the Son together, the Ancient of Days and the Son of Man, a prophecy pointing straight to Jesus. And finally, John. In Revelation 4, he's taken up in the Spirit. He writes, "Behold, a throne stood in heaven, with one seated on the throne. And he who sat there had the appearance of jasper and carnelian, and around the throne was a rainbow with the appearance of emerald. Thunder, lightning, glassy sea, living creatures crying day and night, 'Holy, holy, holy!' John saw the throne, the glory, the one seated upon it, but again only described in colors, light, majesty, never his face. So what's going on here? Jesus said no one has seen the Father. Exodus says no man can see his face and live. And yet Isaiah, Ezekiel, Daniel, and John all record visions of the throne. The answer? They didn't see the Father in his essence. They saw manifestations of his glory. Some saw the pre-incarnate Christ, the Son before Bethlehem, revealed in glory. Others saw visions, symbols of God's majesty. 1 Timothy 6:16 says, "God dwells in unapproachable light, whom no one has ever seen or can see. Yet through visions he gave glimpses of his throne, enough to shake these men to their core and enough to leave us in awe." Here's the real question, bro. Why does this matter? Because these men were mortals like you and me. They weren't perfect. They trembled. They cried out unworthy. But God allowed them to see a glimpse of his glory, to remind us of what's waiting beyond this life. And here's the hope. While no man can see the Father, Jesus makes a way. John 14:9, "He who has seen me has seen the Father." One day through Christ, we won't just see the throne. Revelation 22:4 says, "They will see his face, and his name will be on their foreheads." That's the promise. That's the glory to come. So bro, here's the mystery. 4 men saw what no mortal eye should see. They glimpsed the throne, the glory, the King. But what about you? Will you be ready for the day when faith becomes sight, and the throne of God is no longer a vision, but a reality before your very eyes?